Hey everybody, Marcus over here at Fletcher Library, and today I want to share some different reading strategies that you can practice at home with your children starting today. So today's reading skill is called making an inference. Making inferences is the foundation for critical thinking skills, not just in reading, but it's a skill that's going to show up in every subject area. By definition, an inference is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. So basically, inferences are observations that you make based on your own background knowledge and evidence that's provided to you at the time. This may sound like a lot, but making inferences is something that we do every single day without even thinking about it. The goal is to make it a conscious skill to increase critical thinking. So let's take a look at an example. Check out this picture right here. What's your first thought whenever you see this picture? So you probably didn't just state exactly what you see in the picture. You might have thought, oh, hey, that boy is wrapping a gift for somebody, maybe for Christmas or their birthday. You've just made an inference. That's it. It's that easy. You made an inference. And you know it's an inference because there's nothing telling us that's exactly what's going on. We're using our observations and our own background knowledge to make a good inference about what is happening in this picture. So now let's break it down just a little bit. There are two things to focus on after you've made your inference or questions to ask. Remember, for younger children or for children who are practicing this early on, this is something you're going to want to model or show and do for them. Just like when they're very young, you'll read to them regularly before they start reading on their own. So the first question is, what do you see or what did you read? In a book, we might have words to go with this. So what did we see or read? Well, when looking at this picture, I see a boy and I see he has wrapping paper or some sort of paper, and it looks like he's got tape, and there's a box in the middle. Ooh, and I notice on the back side of that wrapping paper is red and green, which makes me think of Christmas because the colors I see around Christmas a whole lot are green trees and green wreaths with red bows everywhere. So the next question is, well, what do we know? And I already kind of answered that a little bit. For instance, I start talking about Christmas in red and green. So that's something I know. I know when I see red and green on sort of paper, I think about Christmas. And he has a box. And so I know when people are putting together boxes around Christmas time, it's a gift that they're making for somebody else. So once you put these things that you see, read, and know from your own personal background, and you put them together, and you state your observation using those clues, you have an inference. Now, part of what makes an inference and not necessarily a prediction is that we don't know for sure that's what's going on. This could just be a random gift that he's giving to somebody. This could be something that he's boxing up for himself for later, and that's not wrapping paper at all. I don't know what it could be, but we don't know. And in fact, this picture is all we have. We have no words, there's no more to this story, so that's why it's an inference, not a prediction. Like a prediction, though, your inference can change over time if you get more clues or if you remember other things that can add to it. For example, if there was a tag on the paper or on the box that said happy birthday, we would change our inference just a little bit to say, oh, this is a gift that he's wrapping for someone for their birthday. Now, let's take a look at a book that I have called A Hungry Lion or a Dwindling Assortment of Animals. I really like that. So in this book, it starts off with there's a hungry lion, and then there's a group of animals. And so we read about it, and every page, we don't really see what happens, but every page, some of the animals have disappeared. There's fewer animals. Every single page. Oh, just a few left. Oh, and that turtle. finally, we're left with just the lion. So, what did I see or read? Well, I read about a lion who is hungry, and what did I see? I saw that there were fewer animals on each picture. So my inference is that this lion is eating all of his friends. I didn't see it, I don't know it for sure, but I think it's a pretty good inference. But something happens later on, or why is it so dark? Shh. Look! Surprise! In this page, there's only one word, and that word is surprise. So, what is going on right here? Well, let's see. They're all wearing, I see and I read that this guy yelled surprise, and they're all wearing hats, and I see a cake. Look, the bat up here, let me get him close. He's wearing a little hat too. And the lion's mouth is open and he's kind of smiling. So I think that they have a surprise birthday party for the lion, and that's why they were disappearing. They were hiding. And if you keep reading the book, you'll see that you don't know for sure. But I use what I see and what I read and what I know about birthday parties to make a good inference that they decided to throw a birthday party for him. Now, the book doesn't end there, but I don't want to ruin the whole book for you. So make sure to check this out at Cal's. Other great books for practicing inferencing are any of the books by John Klassen. I love this one, I Want My Hat Back. There's a lot of untold story. And then another one that actually gives a little bit of practice that you can read about for making inferences and predictions is called Who Wet My Pants? Like I said earlier, inferencing is the foundation for critical thinking skills, and using it consciously can help build critical thinking skills in reading, math, science, everything. So before I'm done today, I wanted to let you know that you can find 2 kinds of grab-and-go activities at your local Cal's locations. One of the grab-and-go activities is a packet for younger children to help practice inferencing and to help you so you aren't having to make everything yourself. The other is the same sort of information, but for older children that includes reading passages and things like that. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to let us know so we can continue making great videos like this to help out. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.